Go HelenMarie.com. My visions are the seeds that make my future seeds come quicker. A lot of them are far-fetched, my tongue is the trigger. Map it out, strategize, scribing life from my mind's eye. No, I'm hard to describe. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. Just when you think you know me and know me well, check my latest blog, you'd be surprised by my Helen Marie. I've seen a lot, done a lot, yet had plenty. Shout out to creation.
Everything in our sites, for everything connected to us. So, there's a woman, for instance, on Facebook. She's one of my Facebook friends, and I don't know if I ever told her this, but I was working a job in Brooklyn when I lived in New York last, and I had decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a job. I hadn't had one for 3 years. I had sustained myself pretty well just doing, different random gigs and promotions and stuff like that. But I was like, okay, I need a new laptop and I need a new camera because I want to, do more for GoHelenMarie.com, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to get this job for 6 months, and I'm just going to work this gig and make this money. And so I'm working this job, and in the process, I'm hating it. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't hard. It was easy work. But it was just a point that it was a 9-to-5 type situation. So I couldn't be as available to people that really, calling me to ask them, to ask me for advice and stuff. I couldn't do the creative things that were coming to my mind. I couldn't be a creator as much because I was hoping to build somebody else's dream, So a part of me is dying, literally. And I remember one day, though, I was getting close to my 6-month time period when I told myself I was going to leave. And meanwhile, the job is trying to sucker me in to promote me and make me a supervisor, blah, blah, blah. There was this lady on Facebook, and she had inboxed me, and she was just going through because she was just needing advice about certain things, and she didn't have anybody to talk to. And I remember that day because when she inboxed me, and I could feel her soul through the Facebook, I could feel her. And I wanted to be there for her. I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to share some stuff that had helped me, but I couldn't because I was at work, because my boss had been tripping lately about me being online so much, even though I always did my work. I always did more than, what they required. But I couldn't talk to her like I wanted to, and I had to tell her, I'll call you this evening. And this, mind you, this is like at 10 or 11 in the day, and I'm thinking, man, that's so long from now. Like, she's going through this. She feels compelled to talk to me, and I can't even talk to this lady. And that, I remember, it bugged me for like a week. Every day for like a week, I couldn't get over that instance, And I ended up quitting my job. A week later, I quit my job because I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I know that I'm here to do certain big, great things and make these big, great movements and help people. And I said, yeah, it's cool to have this check every 2 weeks to pay for this and that. But at the end of the day, I need to do my purpose. And some people would call that reckless. Some people would say that's insane of me and things like that. But it wasn't. And what it did was, it was like that reminder I needed to face my fear of going to the next level, because I could have easily started getting comfortable with that job situation and denounced my whole 6 months thing. I'll just do 6 more months. I had benefits and all that good stuff. I was, extra fly because I didn't, I had all this extra money all of a sudden. But in reality, I wasn't
happy.
fulfilled. Yeah, I wasn't fulfilled. I was just getting by, having enough money to pay my bills, buy an outfit, and get myself a nice meal once every 2 weeks and a glass of wine. But I wasn't fulfilled because I was limited in doing my purpose. So the reason why I tell you that story is because I think that when it comes to facing your fears, sometimes the best thing you could do is look at the impact you make when you do your purpose, when you do face your fears.
Wow.
And it was that one person.
Can affect others.
Right. It was a one person who I've never met in the physical who, that I just happened to be able to help that day, that forced me to push past my fears to say, okay, Helen, what are you really supposed to do, and how can you make that real? How can you make it happen so that you can be able to afford to help people the way you want to help them and not feel like you have to conform to this situation that's really not conducive for your spiritual growth? So it forced me to grow up, like literally. It was either grow up or just die, be okay with just being regular, knowing I'm not supposed to be,
Right.
So
I love that story. I've been there, and I understand. I know some people don't understand, but again, I guess it depends on your purpose and your place and that place that you're in at that time. You know, some people are in one, I guess I shouldn't say plane, but like I said, one people are in one place and someone else somewhere else. So some people, I've come to accept, some people understand me, some people don't. Oh, well, I can't. Yeah, I'll meet you when you get here. You know, that's my mentality on some things. But I see you're talking about HelenMarie.com or GoHelenMarie.com. Can you tell us more about that?
It's GoHelenMarie.com, and I started it when I first left St. Louis as a way to stay in contact with people I had grown up with, my family and my friends, like that, things like that. But what it's grown into is basically it's a time capsule of my life, and I call it Go Helen Marie, My Dream, Their Story. And what I do is I use it as a way to share like the things I'm creating that inspire me, but also share the people that I'm meeting along the way that inspire me. And in the last 3 years, I've lived in 7 cities, and so just by that alone, I've just met a lot of different people who have a lot of cool stories. And then even just online, I just have such a really dope cipher of people that just continue to amaze me. So I like to share what they're doing, share what I'm doing, and then the aim is to inspire the people that follow the blog to be inspired to create, to be inspired to face their fears, to be inspired to pursue their passions. It's all about empowerment and inspiration. And to me, once again, it's that whole ripple effect. Like, if I can just share one status, one post, one picture, one video, and out of all the people who might look at this, if at least one person says it helps make them feel like they can do what they're supposed to do here on this planet, that's what it's about. It's simply that. It's not it's not anything, it's not even about money or anything necessarily. It's more so just about being the change that I want to see. If I don't like what's on the media, on the TV, and in the magazines half the time, if I don't like what's being projected, well, why don't I put out something that projects what I feel is beautiful, what I think is love,
Okay, you know what? We are so in tune every time. I'm noticing you give a great segue to the next question I'm going to ask. I'm like, oh, my God, I was ready to get on that topic. That has happened throughout this interview. I just want you to know. Because I wanted to say, what I was going to say is I mentioned earlier you're an artist, your songs are raw, and again, they seem to reveal your transparency. And, today some songs or many of the songs that we hear on the radio have shallow verses, a shallow movement in the music industry, and you seem to bring something different. And I wanted to say, what are you striving to convey through your song and through your voice? And you kind of touched on that a little bit, but can you go into just a little more detail? What are you trying to give with your talent, with your voice?
Well, the thing is, I used to be one of those red, black, and green people, really, let me not say that. Okay, I used to be one of those people who would sit and criticize everything I didn't like about the media. I would sit and point fingers at this person is that, this person is this, and all that. And then it just started hitting me, like, what is that doing? It's absolutely doing nothing. And then when I started really even more so in spirit dissecting and realizing the magic behind even music and lyrics and the word and how the people that are creating music, for instance, they really set the tone. They really paint the picture for what we know is to be reality. Then it gave me an even more greater sense of responsibility as an artist, as a writer, as a singer, to write and create and paint the picture of what I feel it should be. So when I write these songs, like some people think I'm just a tree-hugging hippie. And don't get me wrong, I am to a degree, but I don't always feel positive and happy. Sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I feel frustrated. I have a human self that doesn't like what I feel and see going around sometimes. But instead of writing songs of sorrow and pain and all that, I strive to write about what I do want to feel. I strive to write about what I do want to see. And if I write a song about heartbreak, I'm going to always bring it full 180 degrees so that you're going to see how that heartbreak is still beautiful, how that heartache, that pain, that the difficult situation is still working towards your good. So I'm going to be able to show you the balance within it all. Like, that's my strive. It's to show people how no matter what they're going through, no matter what the situation might look like, it's still all good if you make it. be an alchemist, you know, change it, transform it. That's what I try to show, and it's what I'm also constantly reminding myself. So my songs are really my personal mantras. They're my personal affirmations. They're my personal hymns, whatever you would like to call it, that are my attempts and my decision to choose to see life in all things. Even when it feels like death, you know, even when it feels like struggle and pain and all this other things that it feels like, you know what I'm saying, to say despite how it feels, all I see is love, all I feel is love, all I am is love. And by just simply doing that, saying that, speaking that, you know, you create, once again, that ripple effect. And people wonder why. You can take a rapper, for instance, who grew up in the projects, who has no college diploma, who is almost illiterate, how he can become a rapper and then over a certain amount of time become a millionaire. And they say, oh, it's because, you know, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, it's because his words alone says, I am great. His words alone then make you say he is great. So while he says he's great and now you're telling him he's great and we all together saying this dude is great, he becomes great, you know? So if a rapper like that can become great just off of a rap lyric, saying he's something, even if all his circumstances around him say that he's not, then how much more so can everybody else? And that's my thing, like taking what I don't like and making it what I do want it to be. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about who's in the Illuminati and who's being possessed by the devil, who's making evil music to possess people's souls. No. How about we make music that if it's going to possess them, it's going to possess them with love? How about if I write some lyrics, it's going to make you think about the things you should think about, you know? And so that's my focus, like be the change, be the change. It's always about that, you know?
Okay. And with that being said, here at the Phoenix, we talk about leaving a legacy. What will your legacy be? What legacy do you want to leave when you're gone on?
When I transition. I want my legacy to empower people from all over to know that basically your circumstances do not at all reflect who you are. I'm very blessed and grateful to the Creator that I've been able to experience in my short time here, you know, like a whole lot of good and a whole lot of bad. And most times we're grateful for the good, but we hate the bad, you know. But I've learned to really appreciate the bad because the bad is where I learned the most about who I am. The bad is what pushed out of me this fierceness that I'm still just even being accustomed. You know, the bad is what taught me what true faith in action is. So I'm just grateful that I've learned these things, and then my hope is that a person can read my future books that I'm working on, that can hear my music and the future music. Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
I just my hope is that people that see whatever it is that I'm creating feel that inner power within themselves saying you can do it too. And I'm not trying to sound cliche, but literally when I think about my own personal story and the story that I'm writing, the things that have gotten me through certain situations have been other people's stories. I remember when I was in New York, for instance, and there was a time where I was really, really poor. Like, I'm not even going to front. I was straight poor. I had never been this broke in my life, and I was straight on hustle mode. Me and one of my best friends striving to just figure out how we're going to eat every single day. And the thing that came to my mind all the time was the stories I used to read when I was when I did network marketing. I would read books about people that had built nothing from something. I would read books about people who were, you know, considered the bottom of the barrel and then they became billionaires. And I would read books about people who had gone bankrupt and had all these horrible, horrible things happen, but yet they came back on top. And so when I was going through my situations, those are the stories I referenced in my spirit, in my mind, you know, and so I know the power of a story. And so that's my thing. I just hope that my story impacts other people so that nothing new under the sun. Everything that's happened now will always continue and be. So down the line, when some little bitty girl is growing up in a situation that everybody in the whole wide world says makes her automatically going to be a failure, I want her to be able to say, Helen Marie wasn't a failure. You know what I mean? I want her to be able to really know that and feel that through everything that I create. And that's my main thing, like, to give what I didn't have and to share what I've learned so that somebody else can have an easier route maybe, have a little bit more wisdom than I had, and learn from my mistakes, you know?
I love that. I love that. I mean, you're doing just what I'm trying to convey through the Phoenix, unleashing your powers, unleashing what we have in us that's been lying dormant, and I'm kind of stuck. I'm getting a little emotional because everything that's what the site is about, and that's why I chosen you and chosen other people, because that's what I want. That's what I want people to reach when they come to the site, so they can be inspired by your story and everyone else's story, to know, hey, to say they did it, I can do it. You know, just to inspire people, and that's just what you're doing. And I love it. I love it. You know, like I said, if just one person, I have a friend and who's all about making money off blogs, which is fine. But he'll say, well, sister, you know you're not getting a lot of traffic, and sister, you know you're not getting this. I say, in due time. And I explained to him, I said, this is what I've been called to do. So I'm not concerned about money with this. Money is good. Don't get me wrong. I love money because, you know, with extra money, there's a lot of things I can do. But that's not my purpose of the Phoenix. My purpose of the Phoenix is to use people like you as an avenue, again, to inspire, to uplift others, and to empower, because that's what I said in Phoenix, is to empower and to motivate others. And with that being said, I'm so glad that you gave of your time and your busy schedule, you know, to meet with me at the Phoenix Dialogues and to tell your story.
Well, I just wanted to also share that, one, you're not trying, you are doing everything you say you want to do with the blog, the whole movement you're creating. And one thing I'm learning, I'm reminding myself every day, is to really evoke the I am when you speak. You know, it's like, it's not even about a wish or a hope anymore. Honestly, we got to push past that and just, we're doing it. Because just by you thinking it, thoughts are things, you know, just by you meditating on it and focusing your time and energy on the picture you see in your mind of how you see the Phoenix becoming, that's you doing something. You know, just even doing that alone is so powerful. And the thing is, we're not taught that in school and stuff. We're not taught the power of our mind. We're not taught the power of our words and our thoughts, you know. But just by you even having the word Phoenix in the website name, in the name of your site, that's such a powerful symbol that is very ancient, and it symbolizes so much that carries such a weight to it, you know. So you already start off with some powerful tools on your side, and then by you just incorporating the thing that you intuitively feel you're supposed to incorporate, whether it be the people you interview, whether it be the places you feel like you should go to get a story, whatever it is, by you just staying in tune with yourself, you will attract everything you need because it's all inside of you. You know, and if you weren't capable and more than able to create it, the creator wouldn't give you the vision. And that's just what I have come to know. So it's so beautiful, and I really appreciate you allowing me to be a part of this process that you're undergoing to manifest fully what the creator is giving you, because it's rewarding for me to know that for some reason I was chosen. For some reason I am supposed to be a part of your big purpose on this planet. You know what I mean? And then I just want to encourage you, as you continue to build, you know, to really, really just stay prayerful within yourself. Just listen to self, you know. We are so programmed to think that something and somebody outside of us has more of an answer about what we're supposed to do than our own self, than God within us, you know. And I just want to continue to encourage you, no matter what people are saying, to trust the vision. Trust the vision within you. And in every little day, you just do the best that you can to make that happen. That's all we're supposed to do. All you can do is do your best. And by you doing your best, though, there are so many invisible forces that you can't even see that are working towards you and for you and with you to make it happen. And that's so perfect about this planet that I just love. Everything is always perfect all the time, even when it don't look like nothing's going on. Something is going on. And it's wonderful. And I just want to say thank you. And I can't wait to see where you're going to be in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 5, in the next 10. You know, I can't wait to see it. And I just thank you. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
You are so welcome. Y'all, this is why I love this sister. She keeps me on track. Because just like I said, well, I'm trying. And she said, no, you're not. You are doing. You said, I am. She keeps me on track. If I say something negative or something to the left, she'll stop me then and there. Hey, nope, you can't say that. Nope, don't do that. You're this, you're that. She's a God fan. And the day I met her, we clicked and it was so funny. I think I guessed your zodiac sign. I said, you either a Libra or a Scorpio, I think I said.
Scorpio, Scorpios are synonymous with the Phoenix. People don't know that.
Yeah, we just jail. But, okay, I'm going to close out. Again, I thank you, Miss Helen Marie, for coming to the Phoenix Unleashed and speaking with us with the Phoenix Dialogues. Tell our listeners where we can find you, where they can join you, where they can tweet you, follow you, all that good stuff.
Yes, well, everything is Go Helen Marie. That's GoHelenMarie. GoHelenMarie.com. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Reverb Nation and Bandcamp, all under Go Helen Marie. SoundCloud, where you can hear some of my music, is soundcloud.com/GoHelenMarie-1. And, yeah, I'm all over the place with Go Helen Marie, so please find me, share the journey, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and can't wait to see you at the next city I go to if you're there. Much love. I appreciate you, Eliani.
Appreciate you, too. Guys, thanks again for joining us at the Phoenix Unleashed. Until next time, have a great one, be blessed, and be safe.
GoHelenMarie.com. My visions are the seeds that make my future seeds come quicker. A lot of them are far-fetched, my tongue is the trigger. Map it out, strategize, scribing life from my mind's eye. No, I'm hard to describe. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. Just when you think you know me and know me well, check my latest blog, you'd be surprised by my Helen Marie. I've seen a lot, done a lot, yeah, had plenty. Shout out to creation, thank the stars that I'm pretty. While you figure me out, figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. You wish you could figure me out. Figure me out. Oh, be nice. The stars are brightly shining. Scorpio shining bright like the moon by day. I be with the sun. Freedom ride, mama's done. Packing big domes of wisdom. Put me in a box that's dumb. Lyrics feel this, spirit feel this. Chemistry match your heartbeat, get in sync.